when I go to sleep, yeah, you know your pyjamas,
Yeah.
I have to tuck it in because otherwise you get a breeze.
That's
you
what
know,
my parents always told me, yeah.
Well, you see, your parents, my parents,
Same.
you know, this is it.
Old
Maybe
school.
I'm Croatian.
Can be.
Who knows? My name's Kennedy Taylor, proud Manc and even prouder Man City fan. Now, like all City fans, I've had my fair share of kits, some a little bit more special than others. And I want to find out a little bit about the inspiration behind them. So come with me as we delve into 3 iconic kits, talk to the fans who wore them, the players who played in them and made history in them, and of course we chat a little bit about the cultural significance of Manchester. This is our kit story. In fact, Kitstory sounds better, yeah. In the first episode, we're looking at our current home shirt, inspired by our 2003-04 home shirt, which we wore in our inaugural season at the Etihad. We've come to the National Football Museum in Manchester to learn about Man City's kit history, and who better to give us the knowledge than historian Dr. Gary James. Tell me a little bit about that kit. What's your knowledge?
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, that 2003-04 season was incredible, really, because we moved to the Etihad, although it was called the City of Manchester Stadium then. And there's a lot of optimism and hope and ambition, and the shade of blue and everything else just sort of went with it, really. We're looking at the positives. You know, none of us really wanted to leave Main Road, but we knew that moving to the new stadium gave us optimism, hope, and everything else. And that's how it's gone, isn't it? You know, since then, the 20 years since then have been incredible. And so the kit in itself was something that made us feel we're at home. Yeah. Because one of the things that we've sort of forgotten now is that kit itself was a flashback to an earlier kit from the 80s, which we won promotion in 85, wearing a kit that was very similar. And so that was about fan loyalty. So moving to the new stadium, doing that kit in the style that it was with the sort of stripes, if you like, linked us with that moment, which a lot of fans, certainly of my age, could remember with passion, really. You know, something that mattered, a time when City was sort of pushing themselves and fighting back. The stadium, we can't forget how much that stadium actually meant to City and how much it boosted everything. You know, City's commitment to move that stadium, first of all, guaranteed really that the Commonwealth Games would be a success, because the stadium itself was built with the knowledge that City would move there. Not like the Olympic Stadium in London, where they built a stadium for Olympics and thought, what can we do with it now? The plan for Manchester was always, we have the Commonwealth Games, but that stadium develops to be the home of Manchester City. And so remembering that in the current kit is really important, because it takes it to a different level. It's sort of saying, yes, City important, but also Manchester's important, and that ambition to build that stadium. And without that ambition, would we have had the takeover and everything that's come with that, you know? The current kit really just gives that feeling of 20 years, but remembering where we were back in 2003, 2004, but where we are today. And there was that hope, and we've delivered, but there's more to come. And I love that. I love that.
Now, it wouldn't be fair to make this show without giving Puma their flowers. So I spoke to Jocelyn and Alonso from Puma to give us a little insight into the story behind the kits.
Hello, Kennedy. How are you doing?
Oh, good. You?
So I need to talk to you guys about the 23-24 home kit. It's one of my favourite, and it's based off, there we go.
It is beauty.
The interesting thing to me about this is that Manchester City were not that great back then. So how come you chose to kind of pay homage to a time that was a bit
In our research, what we tried to bring is just that it is not what was happening that moment, because it was not only the 90 minutes. The decision that they took to move from one stadium to Etihad, and this is why we say, okay, it is a moment that we can use to remember where they are coming from, but at the same time celebrating, because actually the inspiration was that kit, because it was the first kit that was worn in the Etihad Stadium. Here we add the zip code of the stadium and the one of the first logos that was presented to represent the Etihad Stadium.
we thought it was a really nice inspiration, the turrets of the Etihad. So we also brought that into all our marketing campaign and details. We actually was one of the first times that we brought players outside of the training facilities to integrate them into the video. So we had a session with Grealish at the Etihad, and we record him in the turrets actually. So you can see that we also want to always try to tell those small details into the marketing campaign, so the consumers and the fans can see how important is those things for us.
Do you think it's harder to sort of create a shirt based off an older design or start from scratch?
I think it is harder based on in an older design, because you had the challenge, respect that design, don't change too much, but at the same time bring that newness and excitement into the kit. When you start from scratch, it's like an empty canvas. The design team is really creative, and then they had come with a really amazing proposals within the time. I think that is easier, to be honest.
Now, it's all good finding out about the history of the shirt, but what about a fan that wore it? What's one of your favourite memories of the 23-24 home kit?
The home kit, I mean, there's so many memories. Obviously, we've been lucky because we've seen so much good football, but I mean, a memory for me in that kit has to be Old Trafford. Whenever we go to Old Trafford and we play like it's a playground, that kit is special for me for that reason.
Haaland, 2-0 City. That is a magnificent goal. Absolutely devastating from the Blues.
It seems like such a mad memory just wanting to score a goal at Old Trafford. But times have changed.
Times have changed.
And I think when
Tables
you just...
have turned.
Absolutely, yeah. Manchester's blue. And like the kids of today only know Manchester City being successful. But the kits are a little bit tight on me, which is a bit of a shame. So if you can loosen the kits, we're not all player issued.
I was about to ask you, what would you do to the kits if you
just loosen them a little bit, you know, because they can be a little bit tight. But I mean, design-wise, it's so nice because it's nice when I get my dad a kit, and things have changed now. We've got the little, you know, Club World Cup badge, World Champion badge on it. But when I get my dad the kit, he can then relate it back to, oh, this looks like
this one.
Oh, and I've got this, and I think that's massive because, you know, football kits come out every year, and sometimes you think, oh, it's just one more season, but there's so much more to it with Puma.
There's always a little memory attached to it, isn't there? Or
there is
something
indeed,
stitched in, you know.
I love it. Like, I just think it's so nice, and obviously the home kit, 20 years, and just actually making a big thing out of that is just so important.
Perfect. Well, what I'm going to do from here, from this conversation, I'm going to let you go and do what you're doing. I'm going to get on the phone to Puma, and I'm going to just tell them, listen, FG, he just wants a little bit looser on the arms.
Just a little bit looser. Oh, it's not the arms, that's the problem. No, it's the front.
The midriff?
Yeah, it's the front. It's not me though, it's them, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, 100%. We're not all Grealish, you know what I mean? We're not all
but the kits are good, so make sure you tell them that as well.
I'll give the feedback, you know, constructive criticism.
Yeah, love it, thank you.
It's one thing being a fan, but what about being a fan who also plays for the club? Step forward, Esme Morgan.
Perfect. Okay, you ready?
Gorge.
Let's go for it.
We actually found a picture of you wearing the 2003 kit. It was the same shirt that inspired this season's home shirt.
Yeah.
How old would you have been then?
Probably 3. Yeah.
3.
Yeah,
And
I think that was my first game as well.
The first game?
Yeah.
Do you have like memories as well of that era of Man City?
I can remember my first game quite clearly, weirdly, because I was so young.
Tell us everything.
Well, we beat Bolton 6-2. I think they were in like a red and white kit.
Here's Danny Tiatto. Lovely ball through for Nicholas Anelka. You can forget the comeback.
And I just remember it being so noisy. My mum had cotton wool balls and she was putting them in my ears because it was just too loud. And I was too light for the seat because the seat
kept flicking up.
Yeah. So my uncle had to like hold the seat down all game pretty much.
This is the shirt that we've got a picture of you in back in 2003.
I love the stripes and how it's been adapted this season with the kind of thinner stripes making up those. Yeah, it's such a smart kit.
Yeah.
I love it. And as it's been one of my first ones, it's kind of got a special place.
Fond memory.
Yeah.
And what about this badge? What are we saying?
I think it's really cool. I actually love how it's got the navy background as well. I just think it looks kind of retro and really smart. I like it. And that's the badge I grew up supporting.
That's
City
it.
with. So I remember thinking it was really weird when we changed to the circle one, because a lot of people, like my parents, had always had it as the circle, and then it changed to that.
Now it's
But
flipped.
that was all I'd ever known, and yeah, now it's back to being the circle again. But I think it's cool.
How does it make you feel when you put on one that you're really feeling, like when you go out on the pitch and you're playing in it?
Yeah, you feel cool. Like
Yeah.
this season's home kit, and everyone loves the white away kit as well with the burgundy. Yeah, you just think, oh, this is smart. And obviously we had the special kit recently for Chinese New Year, and everyone kind of went into the changing room on match day and was like, whoa, this is so cool. Asking the kit man, can we keep it after the game? Yeah, so they're popular. When we get a nice, attractive shirt, yeah,
Do you keep
everyone loves it.
a lot of your shirts?
Yeah, each season I usually keep at least one and get the whole squad to sign it.
That's nice.
Yeah, try and keep one of each. Yeah, well, last year Puma changed it so that we would never have white shorts. And
Amazing.
a lot of the girls were really grateful of that, because
Yeah.
we all know the phrase, can you just check me?
Yeah.
Like when you're in the warm-up or on the pitch, you're constantly, if you're in white shorts and you're on your
And
period,
you're so
asking
much
your
activity,
friends.
like.
Exactly.
You don't want that
So,
paranoia.
Yeah, it just gives you one less thing to worry about, so that's really helpful. But I love women's fit, because men's shorts kind of drown your legs, and women's kit just fits a lot nicer on us, so it's
Perfect,
nice that we can have it tailored to us now.
Puma for periods.
Indeed.
That's what I'm saying. I'm flinging that one out there. Well, Esme, it's been so nice speaking to you.
You too.
I know you've got a big game to prepare for as well, so I'm going to let you go and crack on, get some lunch, do what you need to do, and we'll just look forward to seeing you in action in all of the kits to come.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
As much as we can go on about the good old days back in 2004, I reckon we get the opinion of someone who has already made history in this current shirt, Mateo Kovacic. So, Mateo, how are you finding life in Manchester?
Nice, very nice, amazing. A part of the rain sometimes it's difficult, but
Yeah.
I like it. I love the football here and the people and everything, so it's really nice.
You've invested in a good umbrella?
Yeah, of course. That's the first thing I did when I came here.
Have you had chips and gravy yet?
I had.
What? Right, what are we rating it out of 10?
I have to say 10, no?
10, yeah? No, be
of
honest,
course.
be
No,
honest.
and good 8. My
A
number
good
is
8?
8, so let's see 8.
Okay, that's fair enough, that's quite solid. What do you think has been like a standout moment for you?
Winning the World Cup, I think, is something special, and the club has never done. So
Yeah.
if I need to choose one, this would be
That would be
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
And how did you feel when you first put on that sky blue shirt?
Amazing,
Amazing?
because I love the color.
Yeah, you suit it.
I love blue color.
You
yeah,
love blue.
And the shirt looks amazing. So
And
yeah.
you're a Puma athlete as well.
I am.
So
I
do
am,
you get to do you get VIP access? Do you get to see it before everyone else?
Yeah, I had
You
the
do?
luck. I had the luck to see.
This is
so
great.
This is
And
nice,
you get to feel it, try
as
it.
As well.
So this season's home shirt, which is your first kit, is actually inspired by a shirt from 20 years ago. Now, I'm not sure if you were familiar with City's progress 20 years ago. It wasn't really the same as it is now.
Yeah, I think in life you have to go through tough moments and sometimes bad moments, and you grew. And me too. I'm not the same player I was 5 years ago. You get better with each year, and I think this club is getting better and better each year, and now it reached a level where it's at the top. So it's a nice story that through 20 years they were not as good maybe as now, but this is a process, and I think all the people involved in it are now the reason why City is so big.
Kovacic! Oh, what a fabulous goal! Mateo Kovacic has scored an absolute rasping volley.
Now, your wife's a fashion designer.
Yeah.
So what do you think she would rate your style out of 10?
So I think she will give me a good 9.
A good 9?
Yeah.
Well, I will have to ask her to make
Ask her,
sure.
ask.
Does she give you some advice for how to style your kit?
Not really, no.
No, that's all you?
That's mine.
All right.
Yeah.
And do you have a go-to thing that you do before a game? See Rodri has like the shirt
I
tuck.
started now doing as well.
You do the shirt tuck?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Do you play better with the shirt tuck?
I have the feeling yes, but I don't think it's because of the shirt. But yeah,
Maybe.
I'm doing good with the tuck-in shirt.
You see, when I go to sleep, you know your pyjamas,
Yeah.
I have to tuck it in because otherwise you get a breeze.
That's
you
what
know,
my parents always told me. Yeah.
Well, you see, your parents, my parents,
Same.
you know, this is it.
Old
Maybe
school.
I'm Croatian.
Can be.
Who
Or-
knows?
yeah.
Well, Mateo, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking
Thank
to
you.
you.
Pleasure was
I'm going to
mine.
let you get back to training, and
you.
we will
Nice to
maybe
meet
see you overtake Diaz as the fashionista.
Let's see.
We'll
let's
see.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you.
We're here at Classic Football Shirts in Manchester to speak with them about their collection of shirts and what makes this shirt so iconic and collectible. Billy, Kennedy, Jack, Kennedy, nice to meet you. Thank you for having me here. So why do you think people collect shirts? What is it about having those kits at home?
I think probably it's a bit of a hobby in a weird way. I think a lot of people, and myself included, I like to get shirts from like the first time I went to a game. So if I can get a shirt from, I first went to a City game in 2007, so to get a shirt from every single year, that's just like means a little bit of something to me.
Yeah, it's a special memory for you, not necessarily to like resell or...
No, especially not with City shirts.
Fine.
Definitely, I'll keep those.
It's your club. Yeah. Any interest, so to speak, now?
I'd say personally this season's home I'm a big fan of.
Yeah.
Like I say, having the World Cup badge in the middle of it is a good addition. Yeah. Hopefully we'll have it for a few more years.
That must be like a customer favourite.
Yeah, it is, and we had to pre-print a load of those the other day. Yeah, and you're talking in the hundreds. Yeah, I'm not sure what the stock levels on them now, but I'm sure they would have flown out.
We know that this shirt, like it will move to the history. So it's not another jersey. So like City can have 100 different home kits in the history of the club, but this one was the one that they won the Super Cup and the Club World Cup. So it's one in a time.
Coming up on Kitstory.
No, follow the rhythm, just be there.
Little two-step.
Yeah, not too much, not too much. Keep it simple.
Little salsa, no? Oh, that's all right. That's not bad. We like it. This is actually my favourite one. Yeah. I feel like this one, it's Haaland as well, my twin. Do you know what I mean?
my family have asked me for it in the past, and I said I ain't giving this one. I'm sorry.
Where is it placed?
Oh, it's at home, all folded up now.
Oh, it's not in the frame yet.
No, not yet, not yet, not yet.